right. Good morning, guys, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check by Because Bitcoin. I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Tucker. Will and Max are both fulfilling, some personal obligations, so they won't be able to join us for today's show. But you got the two of us to end the week, and we appreciate y'all for being here. So we're going to do our best to break down everything that's happened in financial markets this week and take a look at some charts along the way, right? It's kind of funny. I might as well tell you guys, this is actually the second time we're going to be doing, or I'm going to be doing my intro today because we were doing our show and speaking, and
it's my fault, man. It's my fault.
I had even passed the mic over to Tucker. And we realized we weren't even live yet. So, this is going to be the second take, hopefully as good as the first one, which I thought was pretty good. But it
was great. It was good.
Yeah, but we appreciate you guys for being here on your Friday mornings. We hope y'all have had a great week. It's obviously been a very chaotic week for markets. Equities are finally starting to show a little bit of weakness after months and months of pretty much just up only price action. What does that lead to for risk markets like Bitcoin and crypto, which, earlier in the week have obviously very much had the headwinds of obviously the Binance issue with the DOJ, as well as potential DeFi turmoil in the form of CRV, AAVE, and bad debt throughout the ecosystem. So, markets have felt a little bit fragile this week. You can kind of see it in the altcoin market and crypto. The steady bleed throughout the week. You see that sometimes in crypto in risk off weeks. I think it's just kind of a product of liquidity kind of being taken out of the market. I'm not entirely sure where all those flows result in both directions. But, the point is that altcoins have been bleeding all week, and Bitcoin has shown, continued weakness. But, it goes without saying, we've been saying it all week, right, Tucker, that there are shorts, there are plenty of shorts to be squeezed, but there are also lots of longs that are trapped above us as well. So, pretty much just playing pivot points, I guess, at the moment is the way to do it. But I definitely want to, I think start with stocks. Because we have had some very big earnings this week. We've had Amazon, Apple. You gave me a little bit of commentary on that before the show. And then I also kind of want to get your opinion on how a pullback in legacy markets, and we can talk about, more granular levels as far as pullbacks go. How would that impact some of these risk markets? And then obviously as well, I'm not, the title is a little misleading. I think, is it over for equities? I don't think it's over for equities personally. I think that would be a pretty gnarly top if we just U-turn into the double top here, but that's not my expectation. I do believe that we will ultimately trade higher within legacy markets, whether that is, the end of this year or early next year. But right now we're obviously seeing, some headwinds and, like I said, the first sustained weakness within equities that we've seen in multiple weeks. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Tucker. We can get some charts on the screen, get his feel for what he's seeing in the market. Tucker, how you doing? Take number 2. What are you seeing in the markets?
Yeah, man. Yeah, doing good. Yeah, that was pretty funny, guys. We were literally talking for probably 10 minutes before Tommy realized we weren't live, but it's all good. We'll run it back. So, wait, let me get my fun little banner here. There we go. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on the earnings yesterday. So Apple and Amazon. Amazon hit it out of the park. Amazon beat revenue by like almost double. Like it was, let's just do that first, actually. Let's just check out Amazon, where's their, I saw different numbers. Either way, they smashed it, right? They beat EPS by 83%, which is ridiculous. Obviously, we're seeing that reflected in the chart right now. That was kind of, it wasn't easy to predict, but it was pretty, telegraphed that they were going to beat just at least on cloud, which is a big portion of their business, because Google beat on cloud last week, so it was a pretty safe bet that if Google beat on cloud, Amazon was going to beat on cloud. So we had a few members in our Discord take some Amazon calls, and they've obviously been printing over the last 24 hours. But yeah, I really wanted to look at Apple because obviously you can see the opposite effect, even though they beat on both, right? They beat on EPS, they beat on revenue. The issue was this is their third quarter in a row of declining revenue. They missed on iPhone sales, I believe. They guided down pretty, I guess, for lack of a better word, bigly on iPad sales, I think. I think it was iPad sales. But it was just not a great report, right? It was, and the memes have been going around Twitter like, how do you value a growth company that isn't growing, right? So, you know, if you just look at Apple, I mean, it's just like, we've just, pretty basic stuff there, right?
Looks like a fairly significant breakdown potentially.
Yeah, it does.
How would that affect the Nasdaq?
It's
given
a good
how
question.
much
I mean, yeah, it is. It is a big. I mean, it's a big percentage of the S&P and the Nasdaq, right? I guess if we just look at Qs, like Qs are holding up a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, it's just not. It's not great to see your tech leader, your basically index leader across the board gapping down like that, right? I don't know. They didn't give a great outlook. Obviously, they're not going to give like a terrible outlook, right? Because they have self-interest in mind. But collectively speaking, it was not a great guide. So, yeah, somewhat troubles in the water from Apple, but Amazon, obviously, people are like, I think I saw a tweet. It was like, is this what a recession looks like? Like after looking at the earnings report, like, is this a recession? Because Amazon's just crushing it. But yeah, I mean, those are kind of my thoughts on earnings. Yeah, you're right. The title is slightly misleading. I had to, spice it up a little bit. I don't think it's over, but I do think, right, like we pretty easily can come back into like this area, I think. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Like this area, I think would be a healthy pullback zone, like something like that. And then we could maybe go higher. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, can you imagine if it was actually just over?
That would be so lame, man. But
oh, I know. We didn't even really like. I mean, zooming out, you could call it like a blow off, but I mean, it did not feel at all like a blow off top. Like we've kind of been up here, like I'm not gonna lie, it kind of feels like this, like it just kind of we just kind of did this with like an upward slant, maybe if we keep doing this and with an upward slant, then we can get a pop. I don't know. It just feels like distribution and some other stuff. Some other things was the Dow the other day was pretty damn strong, right? It did not sell off nearly as bad as QQQ or the S&P, which is to be expected, but it's a bit of a tell in terms of rotation, I think. People rotating into defensives. And probably, if I had to guess, utilities as well. But people rotating into the Dow over tech and the S&P while they cool off, could ultimately prove bullish, right? Those people could easily rotate back into tech after a little pullback, but it is more risk off to see the Dow get bid during an uptrend than QQQ. So that doesn't mean it's over, right? The title is a little misleading. It's not over, but it does warrant a pretty decent pullback. And that's the thing. Like we could pull back 300 points and still be in a very healthy uptrend. So that's kind of where I'm at on equities. We mapped a few things out in the Discord on the morning call in terms of actionable plays. Max was mapping some things out. I think probably Monday, maybe Tuesday, we get to actually act on those. But I wouldn't necessarily want to hammer this thing short right here, right now. Is what I'm saying. So
I haven't been interested in shorting equities and probably. I mean, I haven't even thought about it since probably May.
I know. No, I know. I'm thinking about it now, though. I'm thinking about it. Like it's tough, but that's that. We've been so much more focused on crypto recently. Like if you guys have been watching these streams for the last 6 months, you can see a stark shift from equities to crypto over this summer, because equities have just been, nobody wants to play this, right? It's just you're buying in too high, right? You probably don't want to buy shares. You can buy calls, but it's just not, it's just not a great environment to trade, honestly.
Even the occasional naughty little pullback to ruin your calls on especially on individual tickers.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just market making for you, I guess.
I mean, we did, we've hit some bangers. This was a banger. I don't know what the hell is going on up here. I don't know what this is, but I mean, that doesn't necessarily look like a topping pattern. This is a topping pattern, but I don't know, man.
It doesn't look great.
It doesn't look great. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't necessarily resemble a lot of these other tops. But it doesn't look great, I'll tell you that. A few of the other ones we've been looking at. What am I on the 4 hour? I need to zoom out here. I mean, it's tough with EVs and stuff like this, because it's it's extremely undervalued, and I wrote an article on them the other day for our Discord members and our newsletter subscribers. But I wrote an article on them saying how it was bullish, right? Because fundamentally, I think it is bullish, and I think they're undervalued. And they're they got some great partnerships in the pipe, but that doesn't mean it has to go straight up. This is not like a downtrend that'll just be broken super easily, I don't think, right? I mean, I think you probably need to do a little bit of this before, and then maybe start an uptrend, something like that. But yeah, equities have been tough. Oh, my poor baby Inovix, man. Oh,
Do we have any big earnings next week, or is that the end of earnings season?
No, we do. Hang on. I have a picture of it. If you guys don't follow Earnings Whisperer, you should, because he's got the sauce. Okay, next week. Wait. No, that's this week. Shoot.
I love that you just have that banner going at the bottom.
I'm just gonna let it run.
We're gonna manifest it.
Yeah, we're gonna manifest it
now.
Huh?
I kind of want to change the banner now.
You can change it. Change it to whatever you want.
I can't.
Oh, you don't know how? Oh. Go to banners and just turn it. There you go. And then we can do there. Yeah, Tom, you're an admin on StreamYard now, bro. You can do it. You can do all of it. Let me see what's next week. I feel like we have some decent.
4 hours. Investors are.
Oh wow! I just clicked on a video of Earnings Whisperer. I think we have Palantir next week, or did we have them already? I don't know. I don't have the.
That's Will's. That's Will's ticker, Palantir.
I know, dude. I smashed. Let's look at it. I smashed.
Jeez.
Palantir on earnings. I smashed it right here on this one, man. God, should have rolled them, man. I should have rolled them big time, but I did not, like a fool. So I don't know.
That is a wild chart.
How I kind of like to, at least on the chart, like excluding the options chain, which is important, but how I kind of like to look at earnings is, I'm not somebody who's going to go through an earnings report like line by line and figure out, exactly like what they're going to do in their next earnings, right? But I mean, I can. It's just not fun, right? And for trading, I think you don't need to do that. And I've been pretty successful just like, does it gap up? Does it gap down on what earnings? Because some tickers will gap down on a beat, which obviously is something to stay away from. But if you're looking for calls, I guess, right? At this point, it might be prudent to look for puts, honestly. But yeah, that like, does it gap up? Does it gap down? Because that's usually what you want to do. Like you want to sell at the bell on earnings, right? So this is just like a little mini earnings tutorial, I guess, for 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. So this is one I played last week. Novix, right? I have a bunch of spot. I'm bullish on them. So I took some calls. I looked at their last. Where was their last? Yeah, I looked at their last earnings, right? They did gap down pretty big, but they were slated to beat. They basically popped up a bunch of new facilities. They scaled their manufacturing, whatever. Bullish fundamental catalysts. I expected a beat, right?
We can actually talk about fundamentals in legacy markets.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I took some calls right here and I got out of them at the bell right here. Okay. I didn't hold for this wick, unfortunately. They would have ran a lot more, right? That would have been nice. But I got out right here. And it's good I did because they ended the day right here. Okay. That's why you want to gap up and sell at the bell because you never know what the hell they're going to do with it the next day. So
I've made that mistake a few times this year, so
yeah.
I can that.
Yeah,
Baba did that to me. I want to say earlier this year. Got me good.
Man, oh man.
Where is it trading right now? 98.
Yeah, 98 about.
When that thing does break out, that is going to be an epic pump.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Have they split? Is this just down only?
I don't know, but it looks.
I don't think they've split. That's pretty bullish that they haven't split. I mean,
that looks like one of the most bullish looking charts I've seen in all of equities, man.
Yeah. Yeah, because they haven't split, this is, still a real possibility at some point, right? Like if they had like done like a 10-1 split, this would be off the table. Like there'd be no point. Yeah, wait, so you played them on an earnings back here, maybe?
I don't even remember where I played them, but it gapped down overnight. Or no, it gapped up, and I didn't sell because I was waiting for, I think, the extension, and it never gave the extension, and I basically round tripped the position.
It might have been right here because it closed the day at 94, and then it gapped up to 100, and then it nuked. It might have been.
It was more recent than that. It was.
Oh, was it not an earnings?
No, it wasn't on an earnings.
Oh, I think it was right here, man.
Yeah, I think it was right there too.
It was right there. Yeah, that's what it was, dude. I was playing. Remember this? Oh man, remember Queb?
Oh yeah, because we were starting to get really bullish on Chinese stocks, and then they.
Yes, dude. I think it was Yeah, it was here. It was here. So I took some $30 calls from like 29 right here. And then I was like, okay, they're going well. And then it did this. And I said, you know what? It's all right. It's fine. Right when I saw this gap down, I said, no. I said, I'm out. I'm done. And thank God, because they literally just, I mean, they would have destroyed me. So, and they were for like, that was in June, and they were for like September or October or something like that. So, obviously it ended up going back up, but with options, I would have gotten destroyed. So
I remember mine were for like end of month expiry. So
for Baba,
it was already up like 150, 200%. And they gapped down, and I, like I said, I think I closed out 20, 30% in profit, but I was really pissed off because I took a bigger than normal position on that. I had a lot of conviction.
Yeah. Where did you get in? Was it somewhere in here?
Yeah.
I feel like, and then you wrote it up here, and then I think your expiry was like the 21st or some shit.
Yeah.
Like that. It was like there. Yeah, that's tough.
It was tough, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. All right. We can go to crypto now if we want.
Are there any forex things that we should cover? You think before we move over? Like, is the dollar doing anything? The euro?
It's a good question. Okay, yeah, I got the dollar and euro right here.
Talk about crypto.
Yeah,
especially from ladies.
Oh man, I know. Wait.
I'm gonna go ahead and put a question on the banner, and I'm gonna ask the audience to comment their response.
Oh, you can do. I didn't know you could do that. That's sweet.
I didn't know I didn't know it was gonna do it like that either, but
that's pretty cool. Okay, we'll trade 28K or 30K next. Okay.
Maybe the better question is 27 or 30. You're lagging a bit, Tucker.
Argal.
Oop, did we lose Tucker? He's frozen. I don't know if he's frozen or if it's just me. I'm gonna have to check.
Wait, Snorlax.
Oh, I can hear you. Yeah, you were frozen. Okay, I was checking the YouTube. It was actually you that was frozen.
Oh, okay. Are we good now?
Yeah, you froze for like 15 seconds. I didn't know if it was me.
I was like, Snorlax, are we good? Are we good? Like, yeah. So I don't know what happened there, but
maybe the better question, 27 or 31 next.
Wait, this is the best question of all.
Is it possible for Matic to go negative? I hope so, man.
YT says 28K. So. Yeah, no, same.
We'll see, though. We'll see. I think the longer Bitcoin.
What are you thinking on the dollar?
It does not look that bullish to me, man, to be honest. But
yeah. Yeah, that's on the weekly too. So, ooh.
I think the longer that risk markets kind of go sideways here, the less likely that we see super aggressive downside, in the immediate and near term. But the dollar looking weak, man, that definitely is fairly interesting because I think equities still look fairly weak too. Maybe this is one of those times they dump together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I just remembered. Guys, I don't know how many likes we have because I don't know how to look at that on the stream thing. Max is kind of our guy for that. But if you like what you're seeing, hit that like button. We really appreciate it. It's good for the algo. It's good for us. It's good for you. It's good for everybody. So smash the like. I think the range high is 20. I have no idea what we're sitting at right now. So
you'll get your daily dose of dopamine watching the YouTube graphic light up.
Yes, exactly.
Let's get into some crypto though, Tucker, because we have had a very interesting week, obviously with CRV, all of the DeFi stuff, everything in between. Oh, that's interesting too. The euro showing
very interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
Some things to watch, guys.
Euro's pumping, huh? Michael gets nuked. Oh,
RV, man. Jeez, this thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
His liquidation price, I think, now is about 34 cents. So you can lower the line.
Okay. Let's move it a little. We'll watch
it. They brought in reinforcements.
Yeah, I thought it was going to move up.
And ultimately, the news only swept liquidity. How funny is that?
Mm-hmm.
How funny is that? Are we out of the woods yet, Tucker? What do you think?
No, I don't think so. Well, yeah, I don't think so. I don't know all the intricacies of it, but it sounds like it's still a bit of a precarious situation that's really glued together by a bunch of handshake deals. So if somebody flinches, it's over. So
that's pretty much exactly how I would describe it too. A bunch of handshake deals. One of the people who bought or who agreed to lock their curve for 6 months was Sifu. Remember him, right?
Yeah.
For those who don't remember, that was the guy. What was the name of the exchange he used to run? Quadriga. Yeah, he was one of the guys who rugged Quadriga, the Canadian exchange, and then got caught under an anon profile picture. He was working with Daniel Sesta and Spell, and all that good stuff. But he got some locked curve too. So I mean, there are some reliable. I'm not going to just paint a one-way picture. There are some reliable counterparties here too, such as I think Wintermute.
Wait, I thought I was gonna say I think Wintermute sent all their curve to Binance.
They did. Okay, so yeah, Wintermute bought curve and then immediately sent it to Binance. So we don't know what they're gonna do with it.
They have like 12 million curve, or is it 12 mil USD in curve?
I think it's 12 mil USD. Yeah,
that's a lot more than 12 mil curve. Yeah.
Well, no, actually, it might just be 12 mil curve.
Well, if they decide to market sell that, that's going to be unfortunate for curve.
I think that there is a decent bit of spot support now under it as well, but yeah, no, it is kind of one of those things. I still think it's precarious and fragile in the sense to where people can go back on their word quite easily, and they've already kind of, based on these deals, I mean, that have increased like I said, it's locked for 6 months. It's not really locked. They can sell it at any time, and it increased the circulating supply quite substantially. So the price of the token is going to go down regardless. It's just a question to me of whether or not it goes down right now and liquidates Michael, or whether or not Michael can kind of pass off this bad debt essentially onto other parties as well as himself, right? I mean, they're shouldering the burden along with him, but eventually when the 6 month, and I'm not going to do the quotation thing again, but the 6 month lock period is over, they're all going to sell the curve, and what is it going to be worth then? So I think, like, my question right now is, if the curve isn't really locked and that it's going to be trading dramatically lower 6 months from now, like, what is the real value of curve right now? And if you're holding it, why would you think that 60 or 70 cents is fair value for curve if that were the case? But right now we do have shorts to squeeze, and that will put a lot of buy pressure on price.
I think the only reason you do it is if curve blowing, or Michael getting liquidated and blowing a bunch of shit up in DeFi is going to negatively affect you, right? Like,
yeah,
if these other guys who decided to buy OTC at 40 cents or whatever have leverage on different DeFi protocols, or if his liquidation will somehow negatively affect them, then worse than the price of curve going down. Like, that's the only equation, right? Is the price of the curve I buy going lower than where I bought it worse than if this guy blows up? Am I going to be negatively impacted? That's the only question they should be asking themselves, honestly.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess if they are, right, maybe what it's saying is if they are willing to hold the curve, that they do have leverage hidden all over the place.
I think they probably do.
Yeah. I mean,
why else? Their net worths are probably all tethered together somehow, man.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's really the only conclusion I could come to. Like,
but that doesn't mean that the curve token price is going to nuke. At least not right now, especially if they all have a vested interest in not having it nuke, right?
Yeah.
So, but it seems for now like they're going to be able to pump price up enough with shorts closing, I think, at this point, that for the time being, it looks like Michael is probably out of the woods, unless somebody blinks. Then it might look a little different. This might be something to follow over a multi-week, multi-month type of period. If Bitcoin's just going to continue moving sideways like this in low volatility conditions, is it the type of thing where they just continue to hunt its liquidation price? Maybe.
Yeah, they could.
Because especially if you think curve is going to be trading a lot lower 6 months from now, when that unofficial unlock kind of occurs, then you better hope that he either posts enough collateral to where liquidation isn't a concern, or he figures out some other sort of medium. But that's kind of what I'm seeing with CRV right now. What does the rest of DeFi kind of look like in the wake of this week? Because a lot of short interest probably came in. I know AAVE dipped very, very deep.
It didn't look too bad, honestly. Let's see.
It really doesn't look that bad.
What else? Comp.
AAVE looks like it's printing the type of range that's about to like deviate to the low with a PO3 maybe, and then rip higher. Or this is just the true accumulation. But I feel like Link kind of just printed the PO3 that a lot of the DeFi charts look like they kind of want to do also. Link did do the PO3. Kind of.
Kind of. You could make the case, right? You can make the case.
Which is more than any other DeFi protocol. And funny enough, which DeFi 1.0 ran the hardest the earliest? It was Link.
Look at Link, man. Link rips. Link is a dinosaur, but it rips, and it's gonna rip again. You can bet on it.
Maybe 65 million years from now.
You can bet on it. It's gonna chad to at least 100. It's gotta, man.
Sergey sell wall too strong. They still have so much Link to sell.
Do they?
I think so, man.
I got a lot of Link to sell too. So. Oh man. Yeah,
this is gonna be like, this is the bag that nobody wants to sell, because when it does rip, it's gonna double, maybe even triple, and they're just gonna feel bad that it ripped and they sold it. But it's also gonna be the bag that holding on to for this long is like such an opportunity cost that it would be better if they just
for sure. No, it's a huge opportunity cost for sure. Wait, let me because I see Robert said, yeah, but it's Chinese. I think he was talking about Baba, but it made me
we were talking about the Baba stocks, but we can
look at me think of this, man.
It was nice to trade for 2 days.
The Chinese Matic, man. Yeah, where were we trading this? Like
about 18 cents, I think, when we first started. So pretty much these prices.
We were in here, right? We were trading it in, right? July? Yeah, we were trading it in here.
I think so.
I think we missed all this.
Yeah.
Thank God. Let's see.
I think CFX can trade to 12 cents if I'm being honest, but
how far does
I don't really have much interest in it right now.
Yeah, same.
The AI surge is it's interesting. We have these moves in stocks, but AI as a narrative is I don't hear as much hype about it right now as I've heard. Yeah, as I heard like 2 months ago, for example.
Dude, what is that? What is that? Obviously the new narrative is superconductors, right? What is that?
Oh yeah, ASMC. I don't even know what the narrative is. I really haven't followed it beyond the tickers.
Is that right though? That's not
ASMC, I thought.
I know, same.
Look up superconductors.
AMSC. There it is. Wow. Nice earnings.
Jesus.
So what? They've been around since. Oh my God. What is this? What?
What?
Okay. So that's what they've been around since 1992. Spiked in 2000. Haven't done anything.
Foolishness?
Literally died, not even in 08, but in 2011, just died. And then now we're getting it. Have they split? What is this chart, man?
They had to.
Yeah. What was it? 1 in 100 or something? 110. Yeah. whatever. This is the new chart. Okay, so yeah, they've been ramping. What did they hit a 4x? Yeah, basically. Wow.
Okay, so what's the narrative here, Tucker? Like, why do people care
about superconductors?
Yeah, no, I'm serious. Like, and how does it fit into the whole macroeconomic picture right now? Is there like or is it just kind of pumping in isolation? I really have I'm serious. I have not followed the pump on superconductors at all.
I know. I'm literally Googling a little bit just so I can have some more information. So I think they're kind of pumping on their own. I mean, the value prop of superconductors is like they can be used. They use electromagnetism to like heat things. I'm pretty sure. I legitimately do not know that much about it, but apparently it's the new like VC gem is superconductivity. And I mean, these people have been around for a while. I don't know if they changed their business model or not, but like, okay, yeah. So room temperature superconductor is a material capable of displaying superconductivity at room temperature. What does it do though, man? Just tell me what it does.
Applications. Superconducting materials have been used experimentally to speed up connections between computer chips, and superconducting coils make possible the very powerful electromagnetics at work in some of the magnetic resonance imaging MRI machines used by doctors to examine soft tissue inside their patients. I mean. That would be a VC's. That sounds like a VC's dream, man. I'm going to be honest. Get a new experimental technology that improves medical equipment and that you can also use to, I mean, like the marketing, it's a marketing dream for a VC, man. Superconductivity can be used to improve computer chips and medical equipment. Boom.
Yeah. It sells itself. If it works, right? If it works.
It works.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's probably not worth chasing at this point. I don't know, man. I guess if the tech is real, then it might be worth chasing. But
is it real or is it VC hype though?
Yeah, I don't know and even then, I don't know if this is going to be the winner, right? I don't know if this is going to be the company that's the winner. So, I mean, American superconductor.
My resident superconductor expert.
Yeah, you know who I bet would have some good commentary is Dr. Outlook. I will say that. You think so? Yeah, I mean, dude, he's like an engineer or something. He's a giga brain. He knows about this kind of stuff.
You don't fade Dr. Outlook.
Oh, have you heard of this?
LK99. I have not.
It's a token, I'm pretty sure. Okay.
For like superconductors?
Wow. No, that can't be it. So yeah, superconductor. Oh man. Is this the right chart?
I'm gonna look at Dex Screener.
Hang on, it came out the other day, so this could be accurate. Or that could be accurate. What does it say? 7 cents.
Well, I found one, but it's gone straight up in basically the last 2 days.
That might be right. It might be a honeypot.
It might be. It said Dex Screener says it's flagged the token.
I mean, not a ticker. It's a discovery. Oh. Well, they've already made tickers for it. So.
Yeah, of course they have.
Of course they have. Hang on. Let me.
One of them's up 90,000% in the last 24 hours.
The hell is LK99, man? From the Lee Kim 1999 research
for it, man.
Huh?
Of course they made a ticker on Dex.
It's from Lee Kim 1999 research. It's a potential room temperature superconductor. Okay, yeah. So that's what the discovery was. This is what is making ASMC or AMSC possible, probably. They've already got a Twitter account. Hang on. I'm sorry, an X account. Wow. Okay, it is kind of cool tech. I'm not gonna lie.
Tech good.
Tech good. Yeah, tech good. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it's worth. I don't know what other superconductor companies there are. Like if there's some, I'm sure there's some that are gonna be popped up or acquired or whatever. So
Probably.
I'm not sure the best way to play this tech quite yet.
We'll figure it out.
So,
We'll ask
but
Dr.
it's
Outlook and we'll have all the answers.
yeah, but it's sure as hell not this chart. So let me. Of course, they already made a ticker for
Let's take a look at some altcoins, Tucker. I want to
Oh,
see what Scroll
man.
is doing, and I want to talk about Milady's.
What about Rollbit, brother?
Yeah, let's talk about Rollbit too. All the
Man. Yeah. I don't know, dude. It looks like it wants to rip.
does looks so good. I hate that I sold that bag.
You sold this?
I did.
Damn it, Snorlax.
I know.
I was literally buying, where was it? I was literally buying here and here and here and here and here and then over here. And now I'm up a good bit on it, honestly, because I put in most of the size down here. So
You put in the bottom.
yeah, helped form. You know what? You guys want to see where we actually form some bottoms, though? BB has formed some ox bottoms. I'll tell you what. I'm pretty sure we formed this bottom. I'm not gonna lie. Where was the first one? I know for a fact that we formed that one right there, even though that was not the bottom. But I watched the orders go through. But yeah, this is. I hate that, dude. These wicks didn't even. These weren't even body candles on the 1 minute, man. Like, look at this. What is that? Like, untapped liquidity, I guess. Little test pump, eh?
Yeah.
Little
well,
test.
I mean, people will continue to provide liquidity as we go higher, right?
Yeah.
The herd is growing.
The herd is indeed growing. This is not a fade right here, guys. This is really not. I mean, you really want to fade a chart like that? I mean, this is how I like to think about it. In like a year and a half, this chart's gonna look like this.
Yes. That is, it brings up an interesting question you were asking me before the stream, Tucker. I don't remember quite how you phrased it.
Yeah. So we've been bullish on some on-chain coins, right? We've been bullish on Ox, Rollbit, Maker. It's not an on-chain coin, but DMT, right? Some of these other ones. We also did put in a bottom here, by the way. That did happen. But how are you? Because look, I'm also short Matic. I've been hammering Matic pretty hard for the last like week or so. But I think Bitcoin's going lower. I think Matic's going lower. But I'm not selling my spot, right? I'm not selling these on-chain bags. So, and I still think they're going to go up. So I'm even having a hard time reconciling how I think Matic is going to nuke and Bitcoin's going to go down, but these on-chain bags are going to continue chatting or have some sort of blow off. And I know this is something that our team member Wabi has talked about before too. He thinks we've got a few weeks left before we start going lower or whatever. But yeah, just how are you reconciling that? Because it's kind of an odd phenomenon, because we have seen over the last few weeks, like we've seen these centralized exchange alts like Matic and some others like nuke, while Ox and Rollbit and DMT and even Milady's, which we'll get to in a minute, they've all gone up in a straight line. So how are you reconciling that?
Yeah. Well, there's a very interesting dynamic within the crypto market right now, and when I say that I compare this period to the 1960s through the 1980s, I kind of am looking to that, right? We talk about all the time how it's a stock picker's environment, and crypto is no different. Bitcoin has effectively gone sideways since literally March. We traded 31K, I think, or we traded at 29K, I think, at the very end of March. So we've literally been going sideways for 6 months. But in the meantime, you've had these insane pumps on certain, beta to Bitcoin, certain on-chain bags, Pepe, ticker Bitcoin, right? Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic, Inu. Not really as much in the NFT market, but I mean, there's plenty of on-chain examples that I could pull from, realistically speaking, of things that people, I think it comes down to this, right? People want to buy them. People want to hold them. And Pepe, and to a lesser extent, NFT holders, and I'll get into that in just a second, created a lot of liquidity on chain for people to be able to, buy the things that they want, to be able to hold the bags that they want, irrespective of kind of what Bitcoin is doing, which, has been going sideways anyway. Yes, it's had moments where it has had downturns. And in those moments, exchange alts especially have gotten, hurt the worst, which you can't really be that surprised by. I mean, most are kind of just being bled out through a lack of demand. VCs hold them. There's not really any underlying spot bid under them for people to want to own them. But these new there are new assets, I think, is another really important part of this equation. I don't know if they'll be able to hold up if Bitcoin just has like this huge, giga nuke, but they will hold up better, certainly, than a lot of these exchange altcoins that are essentially directly correlated to Bitcoin through algorithms and, the funds that hold them. So I don't know. I think it's a really interesting dynamic right now, but you are seeing a lot of money on chain right now, both because of Pepe and then also because of, you can see it in the prices of large NFT collections, most of them at least. There's been a huge capitulation. Look at BAYC. We've been talking about that NFT collection on this show a few times this week, even, MAYC. So much wealth has left certain collections, and that capitulation has also helped fuel a lot of what we're seeing on chain right now. So, but there are some collections that have held really strongly. Milady being one of them. Tucker has it on there. Max did FUD our bags at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. He did.
That's less from a technical opinion, from a personal stance. But I've identified one or two more collections that I think, could potentially be good bets. I will share it in the Discord later, but I'm not gonna give it publicly on YouTube. I don't
drop that alpha on YouTube.
I wouldn't even tell Tucker.
No, he wouldn't. We were talking about it before the show, and I was like, "What collection?" He's like, "Can't tell you.
I can't tell him.
Floor is gonna go up."
I like the volume, and I like the chart, even though it was kind of hard to find. But no, it's a very interesting dynamic, Tucker. What do you kind of think about
it? I don't know, man. I think like if you do like Ox Bitcoin and Rollbit Bitcoin and whatever, like these on-chain bags versus Bitcoin, like they're basically straight up. So I think it can continue. It's just like an interesting, dynamic that I wouldn't have expected at this point in the cycle, really. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. I think it can probably continue for, I'd say the next couple weeks, but I think these things probably will end up having a blow off to sell into, and then we probably correct. Bitcoin goes down, we go quiet for a few months. Volatility probably expands and then dies yet again in like the mid 20s, if I had to guess, and then we can start going up only, is what I would expect by the end of the year, sometime in Q1. But I don't know. I think all these alts, I think, are going to be, just wonderful bull run holds. So that's kind of where I'm at with it, and just waiting on Matic to go to zero is really, really what I'm doing. So you can see my TPs there. They're going to be juicy, and they could be a lot lower. And I know Snorlax, you did a video on it the other day, but it could be a lot lower. I'm gonna leave a runner, right? I'll be about 85% out right here, but I'm gonna leave a runner in case we go to 25 cents or zero. So
I did do a video on Matic yesterday, guys. I talked about that. I do think it's possible Matic can trade, down into a 30-cent handle essentially. Should Bitcoin start really puking. But like I was saying earlier on the show, I think the longer that Bitcoin and risk markets kind of go sideways here, or I think it's more important that Bitcoin's going sideways because altcoins have kind of been bleeding out all week, which I don't think that's unhealthy for the market to do. If Bitcoin continues to go sideways without aggressive downside, then I think you probably have to start recalibrating and target new yearly highs. But a lot of it is kind of difficult to decipher too, because Bitcoin just goes sideways. So it's not like it's very easy to interpret sideways price action on Bitcoin as either extremely bearish or extremely bullish, as we've seen this year. But I think sometimes these exchange alts paint the picture for you a little bit. And in this case, they've been bleeding all week while on-chain bags have been catching a bid. So it's been a nice little pair trade, honestly, to been running all week. Even if those targets don't hit, Tucker, I'm very, very pleased with how this week has gone.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I think they will, though, man. I think they will. This is just so eventually they're just going to pull the floor. I mean, this is just slow grind down. Maybe you get a little pop and then just, like you said in the video, just eat all of these lows in one candle. Like that would just be poetic, man. It's a little different than this, right? Like this, we had an uptrend and then we nuked. Like we've been kind of grinding down here. So it's a little not exactly the same price action as there, but
it does look like a bigger version of the one you just highlighted though, right? It looks like a bigger bear flag than the other one that we're maybe breaking down.
Yeah. We didn't get like, I guess you could argue like we kind of chopped a little bit in here. Like if it's a bigger version, you could, and like that's the thing. All these lows taken in one candle, just see ya. So yeah, I mean I shaved a little bit yesterday on this drop down here, right around there. So, but looking for lower, man. Looking for lower for sure.
I'm trying not to overmanage great entries.
I know.
If it wants to break some market structure and show me it wants to be bull, I'm happy closing with less profit. But I'm not going to fiddle with my entries.
I know. That's why I shaved a little bit, is because I added a little bit on. What am I on the 4 hour? I added a little bit on this pop the other day, so I shaved a little bit there. But yeah, I mean, we both have pretty good entries. So I mean, I'm pretty comfortable just holding this thing. I mean, it's just a series of lower highs. It's not make it too complicated. Even you don't even need the trend line, right? It's just boom, 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 boom. Like if we do break market structure and get above this high, that's probably where you get out. But I mean, I just put my stop and break even. But I mean, yeah, this high I think would be the market structure shift most likely that you'd have to get above. But doesn't look great. Does not look great. And let's look at Bitcoin real quick. I know we've been going for a while, but wait. Is he gone? Snorlax, what happened, man? Oh dear. Yeah, he just texted me. Hang on. Oh. It says I need to re-enable my mic and cam, but I'm here. Okay. All right, well, I'll just keep chattering away. Yeah, I wanted to get his opinion on Bitcoin, but we got a few things drawn up here. Yeah, he'll pop back in a second, whatever. I mean, yeah, like we've been saying, like Bitcoin volatility is dead. Like we were in a 1,500 point range, right? 1,500 point range since late June. Late July, we've been in about a 500 point range with deviations to both sides. My only concern, like for downside, is, let's see if this will cooperate, is like this when volatility died, and then again right here when vol died, right? And I don't think it's gonna look exactly like that. And I did the halving video the other day, so obviously, like time wise, be ready to be somewhere in. We should be somewhere in like right here. If I have, sorry, I don't know if I just froze or not, but right. I worry. I mean, Snorlax was talking the other day. He thinks we're right here, so that would be quite something if we do just fall off a cliff right there. Oh shit, there he is. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse on stream. Bro, what happened? I was talking for so long and didn't notice.
Yeah, I saw it like went dark and you were speaking, and I didn't want to throw you off your rhythm or anything, but yeah, no, I think we are. I related where we're at right now to kind of like pre-COVID dump, not because I think we're about to just roll off of a cliff massively and just nuke, but more because I think the post-wipe, lift of price from shorts closing will be the start of like a big bull run for Bitcoin. I don't think, I'm not going to be like a doomer here and say I think we're going to go super, super, super deep, because I don't know. And I don't really think that's my base case. I've kind of said I don't think we need to go any deeper than like 22, 23, 24, because there is long leverage there. Theoretically speaking, if you want to wipe all the long leverage before exiting the range, that would be the last place to do it. But I do expect more so the post nuke price action to look to resemble the post COVID nuke price action and just kind of start moving up only. But
man, do you see that?
What is that,
dude? That line, I just
what is that,
dude? I literally just took from the top here and then just extended it out to like somewhere in the bull run. But I literally took from the top here and just went like that, and that's that. And it lines up damn good, man. It lines up, huh?
I'd be cool with that, man.
Oh, I'd be very cool with that. Like we set a lower low. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's over. Kappa was right. Kappa was right," and then we just send it.
Wipe the long leverage, man, and then send it. I mean, we don't even need to go back to 23, 22, man. Like we could sweep below those lows right there, and that'd probably be good too.
Yeah, like that. Just a sweep of those lows would be perfect.
And then just kind of a slow grind higher into, that will be a disbelief rally too, man.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
After a wipe like that, nobody would expect that.
Yeah. Oh man, this would be brutal too. Like you kind of come back in here, everyone says, "Oh, bearish retest. Oh, wag me. Oh, it's over again." And then we just send it. What is the time frame on this though? March? But that I only took it to. Okay, let me run this. Let me run this, guys.
When Max and I were running fractals on it yesterday, because you can line up the price action from the February, early March top as well, and it lines up really favorably for like a retest, pretty much that low as well.
Hide that. I mean,
if this leads where I think it's going to lead, Tucker, I'm gonna be insufferable.
I didn't even do any massaging, man. It just lines up. Oh man.
Where does it have it going? If it's like 80K, is it like 80K?
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. That line. You've talked about it. 85K.
People who have been watching every show this week know this is kind of like a full circle moment for things that we've been talking about all week. That's crazy.
Dude, that would be wild because oh my god. I'm locking this in. Okay. Because especially like I know people have been drawing like this trend line or whatever. Oh man. Oh, it's over. Oh, we even nuked these lows. We're gonna go fill this wick, which I thought we would. Like this would have wrecked me if I didn't see it. And then we just go straight to 85K. Ox goes to $3.
Oh man.
Oh,
That's
man.
the don't sell your spot, but be patient pattern.
That's the hedge your spot. Yeah, hedge and don't sell. That's the Matic goes to 0 and then Ox goes to fucking $5. Man,
That is pretty crazy.
I don't know. Wobby was making a good point though. He thinks. Let me pull up BLX. I know we're running super long, but
We're not running that long. We just hit an hour.
Oh, did we? I don't know what this
we're actually right on time. We can wrap it up pretty close to after this.
Wait a second.
Unless there are any tickers
Okay,
the audience wants to look over real quick.
I didn't screw that up. Okay, let me just. Okay, so log. Oh man, what did I do here? Okay, so Wobby has the thesis that we're kind of doing every other cycle, as in we got double top, parabola, double top, thinking parabola, right? So basically, instead of having this little correction double top, it's over, it just keep going. So I don't know what.
Do you want to know what I think? I think our second top, or what people are interpreting as like the equivalent of second top for previous cycles. Like, just look at that picture that you have on the screen. Don't adjust it. If you were to just draw a line or just like a box on the consolidation that we formed at 30K after our first top, that second top is a complete anomaly.
What,
otherwise the price action that we saw after the Bitcoin top in 2018 was exactly what we saw on a larger scale. Does that make sense? So it's like the exact same. If you were to take a fractal of the 2018 top and then put it on the 2022 or the 2021 top, the only difference would be that we had the huge bounce from shorts closing.
Yeah.
Top, right? 2018 couldn't produce it because it didn't really have it wasn't a sophisticated enough market to have shorts to rebalance all the way up there. But 2021,
wouldn't that make the case that we just do it again because the market is becoming more sophisticated?
What do you mean?
Like, why wouldn't we paint this again then?
We can.
Yeah.
I'm comparing the 2021 pattern, that entire consolidation of between 30 to 60K.
Yeah.
Is the equivalent of the consolidation that we saw in 2018. Like that flat line that you see is 30K.
Yeah.
But 2018 never had the second top. So I don't really it's functional. I don't really know that I see them as similar types of double tops, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I think, it's kind of it's like the Wall Street cheat sheet thing, man. It's like this, and then that I think should have been like the lower high, right? Like this should have been this, but it was actually pushed so hard by Sam and the leverage boys that it actually put in a higher high. So I think we ran this pattern though. Like I think this is playing out.
Yeah. Gonna hopefully equities gives us or give us some answers into the end of the year, man, because I feel like if equities just massively nuke into the end of the year, then you can definitely make the case crypto is probably going to double bottom on a higher time frame. Otherwise,
sure.
Otherwise, I think you're looking to buy pullbacks in equities, and that a pullback in crypto is likely. But I mean, for me, it's definitely one I'm buying. Beyond I've been buying, right? Like the last few months, the spot that I have is comfy, but you're talking about like last chance to pack bag type of potential from a dip like that.
Well, the question becomes like, when does the recession hit, right? Because obviously it has not hit on anybody's time frame thus far. Like, I think a recession and equities nuking obviously throws this fractal out the window, but it depends. Like, does it come here, right? Like, do we push it out a year from now? Like, I don't know if we have the bandwidth to push it out a year. I worry these rate hikes are going to mess us up pretty good, if I'm being honest.
So we can be in a recession and the market still go up for a few months as well.
Well, yeah, obviously, like
It'll be
crypto and
difficult.
equities, yeah, they'll bottom
Position
before
still.
the recession, right?
Say it again.
Like crypto and equities will obviously bottom before the economy. Like they'll bottom before the recession is like over. So I don't know. Maybe we need to maybe if I extended it out a bit and this is like the recession, whatever. I don't know. It's so hard to try to reconcile because it's such an overhang. Like I think people that don't recognize that a recession is a massive overhang on the economy right now is short-sighted. It's like we could do this, right? Like we could squeeze it into like, Q1 and then we get a massive recession, which is that, and then we like run the double top. Or we're just like, it takes like a year to start going up only. I don't know, man. It's tough. The timing thing. I'm just gonna line it up perfectly with this line and see where it hits. So, I think.
Yeah, just hide it and we'll come back to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I always
July
say that
24.
I'll hide an object or I'll hide a thing on the object tree and then I just completely forget that it exists.
I know, man. I have too much stuff on this object tree. What was that? I don't know what that was. Yeah, we can call it though. We can call it.
Cool. All right. Well, we appreciate you guys for tuning in to our Friday morning stream, especially all of you guys who have been here for every stream today. I did see that we ran the range high on likes. So shout out to you guys for that. We really appreciate y'all. And if you don't already subscribe to the channel, we'd love if y'all did that as well. And if you really enjoyed the content, we do have access to some of our premium content linked in the description of this YouTube video, as well as the link tree in our Twitter bio, where you can get a more intimate look at kind of how we're viewing the markets and how we're trading on a day-to-day basis. But we've been calling out some bangers in the Discord lately, that's for sure. But yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys all have a phenomenal weekend. Hope to see you on Monday. We will be back for that. We do have a show with Tone Vase later today as well on YouTube, so make sure to tune in for that. But other than that, guys, I will catch you in the Discord. I will catch you on Twitter or anywhere else. Y'all have a great weekend, and thanks again.
See you guys.